So, as of today, these are all the speakers in my collection. And if you've seen the last video, you'll know that my collection has grown quite a bit, and all of these speakers are quite different. Some you've seen, some you haven't. But I know the brand of each and every one, and I know what most of these speakers came out of. So let's start over here. Here's a pair of 12-inch Cleatron organ speakers. Here's a pair of vintage Jensen Flex Air woofers. They come out of a pair of TF-25 cabinets. Okay. Here's a pair of Sony TV speakers and weird enclosure design things. They come out of a Trinitron. And here's a stack of 4 Panasonic TV speakers that come out of 2 separate DLP TVs. Here's one out of another, which is sitting down there next to the 2 12-inch Norelcos. Here's a Panasonic horn-loaded TV speaker, 8 ohms, 7 watts. Come out of Panasonic CRT TV. Okay. Over here is a pair of Samsung TV speakers. Come out of a Samsung DLP TV, 25 watts, 8 ohms. Here's a pair of 12-inch Utah WD-90 woofers. Came out of the WD-90 cabinets. Alrighty, back over here. Here's a random JVC woofer. And then here's a pair of Yamaha woofers. Yeah, dust cap on this one came off, so I have to re-glue that. Here's a Foster speaker. Here's a 6x8 speaker, not from a car, but from like a portable PA thingamajiggle. And it's made by MG Electronics, and this thing sounds very good. There's the trash picked 8-inch Philips speaker, model 9770M. Very good speaker. You've seen all those. Alrighty, here's a Sony SSB1000 woofer. There's the other one. I got a pair of those for my aunt because she moved. Here's a small 100 ohm speaker. Here's a vintage JBL woofer that I found in an old smashed up JBL speaker box in the trash. And a Panasonic speaker. Here's an Optimus woofer made by Radio Shack in China. I have another one somewhere in this collection. I don't know where I put it though. If you wanted to, if you have an old pair of Minimus 7s and you end up blowing out the woofer, these are a good replacement. Here's a KEF dual cone speaker that I got with another KEF woofer. My dad's office went under a renovation, and I got rid of some ceiling speakers, and he bought them home for me. It's a KEF speaker model CR160F. Very good speaker. Nice hardware surround and polycone. Here's a pair of JVC woofers that came out of that JVC subwoofer I had. Took it apart because it was too loud for my room. Here's a 4 ohm 15 watt Sony woofer. They came out of a Sony Explode boombox. There's another Optimus woofer. Here's a pair of Samsung oval speakers from a big screen. Some rectangle speakers. Here's the 2 Sony Wega subwoofers, 30 watts, 7 ohms. Here's a small speaker. I only have one. It's made by Sinus in Stockholm, Sweden. It's model H5054. 8 ohms. Very good speaker. Unbranded speakers. High's Mercedes stock speakers. Here's a vintage Sanyo TV speaker. Here's another Sony woofer. A pair of vintage Acoustic Research mid-ranges. Audiovox TV speaker system made by Panasonic. Vintage-ish Panasonic speakers found in the trash. Vintage Realistic Minimus 10 woofer. Who makes that tweeter? I think Celestion. 10-inch Jensen woofer. 10-inch Jensen subwoofer. And here's the other KEF woofer. And this one is model. What's the model? I forget the name of it, but here it's the numbers. I don't know how well you can see that. Probably not very well though. Here's a pair of oval Foster speakers that come out of a Zenith TV. Here's a pair of Panasonic double speakers. A pair of Sony woofers. A trash picked Onkyo subwoofer. Panasonic subwoofer found in the trash. And a pair of Philips A80 M8 speakers. Alrighty, we're getting a bit bigger over here. Here's a 12-inch Pioneer woofer that I found in the trash. Okay. Here's the matching horns to those Jensen Flexor woofers. This one fell off my shelf and the magnet cup fell off, but it still works. Here's a 6x9 speaker made by Infinity for Chrysler. It's overall pretty good speaker. Not great, but it's good. Here's a 15-inch Magnavox woofer from an old Astrosonic console stereo. And it's made by Eminence for Magnavox. Okay. Pair of Gigware speakers. Here's a 15-inch Altec woofer, model 41616Z, that I got for $5. There's a 15-inch Magnavox, 15-inch Servo Vega subwoofer, model 153 EV2. And then, let's see how I can get over there. Do it from up here. There's a pair of Sony Sony two-way coaxial TV speakers from a big screen TV. Here's a pair of vintage 12-inch Philips Norelco speakers, model AD5277M, made in Holland, dual cone. There's I don't know where the other one is, but some old TV speakers from a JVC TV. And I think that's about all the speakers I have. Oh yeah, here's a small Audax mid-range, or Polydax mid-range, made in France, that I found in the trash. That's the mid-range that was in that old homemade cabinet with the 8-inch Philips speaker. Alrighty, so I think that's about it. So as of today, these are all the speakers and woofers I currently own. Pretty impressive, and like I said, my collection has grown quite a bit. So rate, comment, and subscribe.